Let's wrench. Now we're filming episode 2 for the YouTube channel of the Project Stork series. And I bought a battery, I just bought a battery for the car, so the electronics work for the most part. Signals, headlights, one brake light doesn't work. The windshield wipers do work though still, so a lot of things are still working for the car, which is pretty good since it's been sitting since 2002, not being started at all since then. But there is one problem. We think the engine might be seized. We tried just seeing if it would crank over just a smidge, and the gentleman, Mark, who's filming right now, was monitoring it for me, and he reported to me that it was, the fan blade was just moving about a centimeter on the crank. So it looks like, yeah, the engine's stuck right now, but whether it's seized or not, that is whether to be determined when we get into the spark plugs and see if we can spray some penetrating oil in there and see if we can get it to move, and just crank on a torque wrench with the engine. But
yeah, take two of us.
But as it is right now, the starter motor will not start the engine or crank it over at all. So that's what we're up to right now. And actually, if you want to show them how far, what the state of condition is in right there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I will demonstrate for you how far this engine will crank.
Hit it.
Are you ready?
Yeah. About a centimeter.
So that's where we're at with the engine. I don't know how bad it's going, how bad that actually is. If that's just a matter of the engine been sitting since 2002 and the rings have rusted against the combustion chambers, the cylinder walls. If it's that bad, yeah, that sucks. But it might just take some penetrating oil to get it moving again. But that's where we're at. But at least the starter is getting power, and that's good. And at least a lot of the electronics still work. That's good. So I'd still say we're off to a good start. But in the past 11 days since the first video went live on YouTube for the Renless, the original, the first Renless article that I put up for this, we have got a good response from it. Borla has approached us and they want to create a new series of exhaust system for mid-year Model G series Porsches based off of this car. So in addition to this car partially giving birth to me, being part of the birthing process for me into this world, it actually might possibly be able to give birth to a new line of exhaust systems from Borla. And then, performance developments, yes, so they want to, they're interested in doing engine work for me on this car. So we're going to explore that. We might have to explore that a bit further now that we know that the engine is possibly seized. So yeah, performance developments in Borla have reached out to us, and they want to help us out with this. So that's great news. So we're going to continue filming what we need to film in this car as we continue to get it running. But in the meantime, that's where we're at with this, and we're just going to keep working on it. And that's the update for May 31st, 2017 on Project Stork for the filming of episode 2 of this series. And we hope you continue to enjoy the updates as we pass them along to you, originating live from Renless.com. So thank you for watching today.
Excellent.
I am attempting to get the #1 spark plug out right now, but it is proving to be most difficult. So let's talk about the condition of the spark plugs. I have spark plugs for cylinder 2 and 3 in my hand right now, and it looks like they've never been used. And from the best that I can recall, I think what might have happened is we tried changing them and then the car never fired up again. So that's why they look like they've never been used, because the electrode and the diode have no signs of heat ever touching them. So, actually, in fact, there's a wick of oil in between the electrode and diode on cylinder number 3 spark plug. So, yeah, they look really fresh and probably don't need to be replaced. but we're still trying to get the one out of cylinder number 1. But patience and probably a little bit of prayer too is what's going to take probably
The next 10 minutes.
You think so? The next 10 minutes?
Hopefully.
Hopefully within the next 10 minutes, Mark's helping me out on this one right now because I don't know what to do next on it, and I'm at my wit's end. So luckily, I have the help of Mark from Haynes to keep me sane while I'm working on this car. So with the car sitting as long as it's going to be sitting, we have a C-Tech battery charger connected to it to make sure that the battery is always in top shape for as long as the car isn't going to be running and charging the battery itself. So the kind folks at C-Tech were nice enough to give me a charger and a battery sense monitor to keep the battery in a top state of tune. So if I log into the app through my phone here, it'll show you right here. It's at 13.66 volts. The battery is at 69 degrees and it's 100%. So brand new battery, it should be 100%. But with the C-Tech charger and the battery sense monitor and app, I will be confident in knowing that the battery will always be in the best state of tune possible, thanks to the equipment I'm using. So it's really cool having the peace of mind of that.
We never got around to pulling the number 1 spark plug. I guess its removal will have to wait until the next Project Stork episode. Foiled by that, we decided to lift the car and begin working on draining the oil and removing the other spark plugs. Before we get to that though, let me walk you through the condition of Project Stork's underbody. In 1977, Porsche was forced to employ every emissions-beating trick to get this car California smog legal. This 911S is a non-catalyst. Instead of catalytic converters, it uses thermal reactors. That meant Porsche had to use heat to keep this engine running clean enough. The side effect of that was catastrophic heat cycling. Unfortunately, every crevice in this engine leaks oil. Exxon Valdez, Deepwater Horizon, those disastrous oil spills got their inspiration from this engine. The ravages of time have showed no pity to the vehicle's suspension bushings. They've disintegrated. That's why you see that rear sway bar dangling. The front suspension is less morbid, but not by much. Aside from the oil-spilling engine and decomposed bushings, the rest of the underbody looks pretty good. Now let's roll that oil draining footage.
Alrighty. Draining the oil out of this engine for the first time in, who knows how long, probably 20 years. Yep. So that's what 20-year-old oil looks like. And it's gonna be a lot. 11 quarts. Can this even hold 11 quarts? It's just gonna overflow.
I'll get another drain pan ready.
Okay.
Cue it up.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Sounds good.
And if you want to come in and see what it looks like on the top from the reflection. It might overflow.
Yeah. All right, I'll get that ready.
So another day of working on Project Stork has come to a close, and it's been an emotional roller coaster. As I work on the car more and more, I realize how much work is ahead of me, and it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a lot to deal with, but I think the goal for me here is to look at things in the most positive light possible. And what's most encouraging is that the vehicle that brought me home from the hospital after I was born can also be the vehicle that enhances my mechanical skills dramatically, because right now they're not the best. And it's going to be a challenge increasing and strengthening those skills, but I am going to do my best to make it as positive as possible, despite setbacks and roadblocks that the car throws at me. I'm going to do my best to keep a happy and smiley face throughout all these setbacks that occur. So I've got a week between now and the next time I work on this car, and I'll be reflecting on the journey ahead of me, but at the end of it all, it will all be worth it, and that's why I'm doing this. Well, that's good.